taking his Christmas tree shopping on Halloween.
Because in America, everything's way too early. See?
The Simpsons, America's favorite yellow family. But did you know they're also low-key fortune tellers? Time and time again, they've eerily predicted the future. From Donald Trump's presidency to the FIFA World Cup winners, they've seen it all. But what do they have in store for 2025? Well, let's just say you might want to sit down for this one. Get ready to be shocked as we uncover the Simpsons' insane predictions for the year ahead. And trust us, one of these predictions involves a celebrity you'd never expect. Colonization of Mars. Many times, The Simpsons ventured into the realm of space exploration, showcasing futuristic possibilities long before they seemed plausible. One of the most striking predictions from the series is the colonization of Mars, which first appeared in the 2016 episode The Marge-Ian Chronicles. In this episode, Marge and Lisa join a private space mission to Mars, highlighting humanity's ambition to establish a settlement on the Red Planet. While portrayed with the show's signature humor, the episode touched on real-world discussions about Mars colonization, including challenges like sustainability, psychological impacts, and the ambitious timelines proposed by companies like SpaceX. As of 2025, Mars colonization remains a topic of serious scientific and public interest. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, has outlined plans for launching missions to Mars with the ultimate goal of building a self-sustaining city. Musk's vision aligns with elements portrayed in The Simpsons, including the use of private companies spearheading interplanetary travel. The show's depiction of an ordinary family participating in the mission underscores a future where space travel may become more accessible, echoing aspirations for space tourism and broader human involvement in space exploration. In this light, the dreams become almost imaginary. As it was dreamt, it appears that the hurdles, cosmic distance, time delay, and a Martian atmosphere are so heavy that they leave the human race now imagining these challenges. There are problems that relate to the tremendous amounts of radiation a human would have to withstand, the extremely thin atmosphere on Mars, and the tricky transport of resources. While these problems are portrayed humorously in The Simpsons, they mirror the real concerns being voiced by experts today. The fusion of entertainment and real-world considerations makes this prediction fascinating, as it naturally sparks curiosity about what would be needed for humanity to survive and flourish on another planet. While The Simpsons' prediction of Mars colonization by 2025 is still far away from reality, it is undeniable that the pace of evolution in space technology and exploration is advancing swiftly. Convergence of reusable rockets, high-tech habitats, and rovers sent to Mars leads to the eventuality of establishing a permanent settlement there. Hypothetical plans for human footfall on Mars in 2025 are all bound to keep millions captive in imagination nonetheless. The Simpsons helps to remind that pop culture has the edge in germinating serious discussion across humanity's starbound future. If you think this prediction is mind-blowing, just wait until you see what's coming next. Rise of AI and job automation. Viewers have come to expect The Simpsons to foreshadow societal changes with uncanny accuracy, and the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, and job automation is no exception. In multiple episodes, the show humorously portrays a future where robots replace humans in the workplace, from automated factories to robotic bartenders. These depictions, while exaggerated for comedic effect, reflect real-world concerns about the increasing role of AI in displacing human labor across various industries. As we approach 2025, this prediction is becoming more relevant, with AI and automation transforming how we live and work. Job automation driven by AI is already reshaping industries such as manufacturing, retail, and transportation. The development of autonomous vehicles, AI-driven customer service bots, and advanced robotics in factories has demonstrated the efficiency and cost-saving potential of automation. However, as depicted in The Simpsons, the downside is the potential loss of jobs and the challenges of reskilling the workforce. AI's capability to perform complex tasks previously thought to be exclusive to humans, like creative writing or coding, raises questions about the future role of human workers. Episodes of The Simpsons often portray some consequences that are sometimes funny and quite scary effects of over-reliance on AI. The malfunctioning or revolting robots, just like in Itchy and Scratchy Land, offer a good reminder that too much automation can get dangerous. However, these scenarios are fictional because they point to real-world debates on ethical and safety issues associated with developing AI. With algorithms algorithm bias, privacy, or secrecy of data, the decision-making dilemma is critical in the integration of responsible AI into society. The rise of AI job automation will probably spiral toward 2025, with industries adopting machine learning and robotics into their settings for increased productivity. Governments and corporations need to look into the socio-economic effects of unemployment and retraining programs as an effect of mass automation. The Simpsons, in this particular case, is funny. However, it gives the message that there's a balance between embracing features in advanced technology and keeping it for the betterment of humanity. It does not matter if the discussion is humorous or serious. This is a conversation that we cannot escape on how AI will play in our future. Environmental disasters. It's been a long-standing practice of The Simpsons to incorporate environmental themes into its storytelling, often warning of the potential consequences of human neglect and technological overreach. In episodes like Bart vs. Thanksgiving and Trash of the Titans, the show humorously exaggerates scenarios where environmental mismanagement leads to disastrous outcomes, such as overflowing landfills and widespread pollution. These episodes highlight the fragility of ecosystems and the dangers of unsustainable practices, topics that resonate strongly as we approach 2025 and face mounting environmental challenges. Climate change, rising sea levels, and extreme weather events are becoming increasingly frequent and severe, reflecting some of the cautionary tales from The Simpsons. The show has explored the idea of environmental disasters as a direct consequence of human greed or apathy, such as the catastrophic effects of unchecked corporate behavior. In the 1990 episode 2 Cars in Every Garage and 3 Eyes on Every Fish, the three-eyed fish symbolizes the dangers of industrial pollution, a problem that remains highly relevant today as discussions about water and air quality dominate global forums. Another essential element in the environmental report of The Simpsons is the involvement of technology as part of energy consumption. The show has episodes like Lisa the Tree Hugger, which explores the conflict between technological innovations versus ecological preservation. In a much more real way, as we keep moving toward the date of 2025, such discussions translate into real issues concerning adaptability towards renewable energy, deforestation, and the environmental costs of living in a digital age of server farms, data containers, etc. So, the more dramatized the potential effects of the realities, the more impact such dramatization might have in raising awareness of the consequences brought by neglecting stewardship to the environment. The Simpsons now stand at the crossroads of absurdity and reality, cleverly reminding humans of their duties on Earth via hilarious yet insightful dimensions of environmental disasters. From propelling the need for renewable energy to eliminating waste and tackling climate change, the show's reflectiveness resonates with the urgency of the times. Whether through silly exaggeration or cutting-edge fictional narratives, The Simpsons demonstrates that the decisions we make today will help create tomorrow's world, and we have to do it before that line between fiction and reality grows blurry. Ivanka Trump for President, 2028. Among its many references to political events, one of the more intriguing predictions involves Ivanka Trump potentially running for president, as seen in The Simpsons. In the 2016 episode, Homer Simpson is seen wearing a badge that reads Ivanka 2028, hinting at her future political ambitions. While this prediction initially seemed far-fetched, it gained renewed attention after Donald Trump's presidency and Ivanka's prominent role as a senior advisor during his administration. As 2025 approaches, the idea of Ivanka entering the political arena no longer feels entirely implausible. Ivanka Trump's political aspirations have been a topic of speculation for years. Known for her polished public image and active role in the Trump administration, Ivanka positioned herself as a voice for policies on women's empowerment and workforce development. If she were to express interest in running for office, it would align with The Simpsons' portrayal of her stepping into the political spotlight. The show's uncanny ability to predict future events, such as Donald Trump's presidency, lends further intrigue to this possibility. This is reflective of the captions to Donald Trump's presidential campaign for the year 2024. A significant victory for him, or a considerable advantage in the terrain, might open up the opportunity for Ivanka to consider following her father into the presidential race in the year 2028. That mischievous nod to her potential candidacy by The Simpsons may be both satire and a recognition of changing American political dynamics that often feature family legacies among future leaders. However, while the idea actually suggests Ivanka Trump might run for president sometime in her life, it's still the grand scheme of political nostrums in the United States. If the Simpsons prediction doesn't guarantee a bid, however, it does show that she has a unique role in the American political world. It doesn't matter if this scenario comes to fruition or not, but it would profoundly reaffirm the continued relevance of the show in providing comic relief to trends in society and politics that are increased with prophetic seriousness. Neurocommunication experiments. The Simpsons has often envisioned groundbreaking scientific advancements, and one of its more forward-thinking predictions involves neural communication experiments. In episodes like Holidays of Future Past and Bart to the Future, the show humorously explores the idea of technology directly connecting human minds, enabling communication without the need for speech or traditional devices. While these depictions were initially humorous, the concept aligns with ongoing developments in neuroscience and brain-computer interface (BCI) technologies, making it a fascinating prospect as we approach 2025. Neurocommunication technology aims to create direct links between the brain and external devices, allowing for thought-based interactions. Companies like Neuralink and research institutions are developing brain implants and neural networks that could enable humans to share thoughts, emotions, and even memories. While the current focus is on medical applications, such as helping individuals with paralysis regain communication abilities, the potential for broader use in everyday interactions is immense, reflecting the vision portrayed in The Simpsons. The implications of neurocommunication experiments can be both exciting and frightening. On the one hand, one might see advances in this technology potentially revolutionizing the communication process, speeding it up and making it more intuitive. Think of all the different complex ideas or even feelings that we could instantly share, all without the limitations of any language. On the other hand, there are ethical and privacy considerations. As the comic becomes an instant classic with a sizable audience, so can access another person's mind or retain most issues, such as infringing on mental privacy or using the technology for spying purposes. The Simpsons further underscore all of these predictions regarding neurocommunication experiments about the need to have a measure between progress and caution. As always, these innovations require ethical terms and protective measures to be implemented to safeguard the self-determination and mental privacy of man as it develops. However, even if such experiments may not be practical, created by 2025, such activities will certainly redefine the face of human interaction. The Simpsons, as always, manages to pick up this futuristic idea with a little mixture of humor and insight as well, making it eagerly awaited what the future will bring in many possibilities and challenges. The future is just getting started. This next prediction will take it to the next level. Big Ben goes digital. In the 1995 episode, Lisa's Wedding, The Simpsons depicted a futuristic version of London where Big Ben, the iconic clock tower, had been converted into a digital display. While this was meant as a humorous nod to modernization, it raises intriguing questions about how even the most traditional landmarks might adapt to technological advances. As 2025 approaches, the idea of Big Ben going digital feels both bold and symbolic, reflecting the balance between preserving history and embracing innovation. Big Ben, a symbol of British heritage, has stood as an analog timepiece since its completion in 1859. Its chimes are iconic, representing stability and tradition. However, the notion of digitizing the clock could align with modern efforts to incorporate smart technologies into public infrastructure. For instance, digitization might enhance accuracy or enable dynamic displays for various purposes, such as public announcements or countdowns during national events, making the tower more functional in the digital age. While such a change would undoubtedly spark debates, the episode's prediction also hints at the potential backlash to altering such an iconic structure. Critics of modernization argue that tampering with Big Ben's design could erode its historical significance. This tension between preserving tradition and embracing technology reflects broader societal struggles seen in efforts to modernize other historical landmarks or cultural symbols. The Simpsons capture this debate with its usual mix of humor and foresight, making the prediction all the more thought-provoking. Whether or not Big Ben goes digital in 2025, the prediction encapsulates an important theme: evolution of tradition in a world that is fast becoming technological. Even if this precise scenario was not going to come true, the debate it spurred over heritage and progress is quite relevant. Playfully amusing, as The Simpsons TV show goes, conjures thoughts of how we change the old to harmonize with the new, leaving the iconic symbols to remain meaningful without losing any essence thereof. Modernizing structural emblems with new technologies is not a new thing with The Simpsons, but a trend among the world's cities. The Eiffel Tower has done several renovations to add lighting displays, incorporated digital projection art, and even Wi-Fi networks to remain relevant and valuable as it functions in the digital age. So also, other globally recognized monuments aside from this, such as the Colosseum in Rome and Sydney Opera House, have availed digital technologies in educating the public, interactive exhibits, and environmental monitoring. This historical background provides evidence of the fine line that is walked between the preservation of cultural values and making such symbols relevant and functioning as per the fast-changing world requirements. The big yet tricky question is how to bring technology into these things without ruining their end. The question is often up for discussion in many cities across the globe. Besides that, the digitization of Big Ben could reflect the wider possible change in the culture's perspective on the ideas of tradition and progress in society. Many such monuments indeed are more than merely physical structures in a sense. They represent continuity, national identity, and common values. But today, and without doubt, tomorrow many fast, technologically driven discussions emphasize this adaptability and innovation, particularly within public infrastructure. For example, smart cities are integrating sensors, implementing data systems, and real-time information updates to provide an efficient and responsive urban environment based on the needs of their citizens. It could capture a symbolic moment in cultural change toward a welcomed embrace of yet historically significant monuments by providing the digitization of Big Ben. It is either those changes that will take place or otherwise. It opens up a global debate on evolving and adapting such cultural icons to the next generation. Virtual reality overload. Without fail, The Simpsons has used humor to highlight societal trends, and the concept of virtual reality, VR overload, is one of its more thought-provoking predictions. In episodes such as Bart to the Future and The Computer Wore Menace Shoes, the show humorously explores the consequences of an over-reliance on immersive technology. While VR offers unparalleled experiences, The Simpsons suggests that unrestrained use could lead to social, mental, and physical repercussions, a prediction that feels increasingly relevant as we approach 2025. The rapid advancement of VR technology has made it more accessible and integrated into daily life. From gaming and virtual workplaces to socializing in the metaverse, VR is transforming how people interact and engage with the world. However, the immersive nature of VR poses risks of overuse, such as addiction, isolation, and detachment from reality. The Simpsons' exaggerated scenarios, such as characters being consumed by virtual environments, mirror growing concerns about the psychological effects of spending excessive time in simulated realities. One potential consequence of VR overload is its impact on physical health. Extended use of VR headsets can cause issues like eye strain, motion sickness, and even cyber sickness, a condition where the brain struggles to reconcile virtual motion with the body's lack of movement. The Simpsons often amplify these effects for comedic impact, but they highlight real challenges for developers and users in finding a balance between immersion and well-being. As VR becomes more widespread in 2025, these health implications will likely receive greater attention. Once again, it comes with this satirical and cautionary intuition to reflect on the part that technology plays in our lives. As always, VR would keep developing and would then benefit entertainment, open up better prospects for educational use, and connect people all over the world. Once again, there goes The Simpsons in that reminder. Moderation makes sure these advancements add to our live experiences, not take them away. The show then mixes humor with foresight because we know that it really should open the gates to sobriety while traversing the digital highway. An overdose of VR is not just a recent issue, but one, really, that stabs deep into the past, again, into fears conjured by technology. Hysteria over machines creating disruptions between people and their communities, or replacing humans entirely in the process. Warnings went out in the early phone period that the equipment by itself would cut off contact with face-to-face interaction, similar to fears today with a glut of social media and virtual communication. Or, when television became popular, critics moaned about how it would dumb the people and replace active social activities with mere consumption of entertainment. Such fears were exaggerated, even at that time, but they speak to a very deeply entrenched cultural anxiety about physical touching in favor of ever more immersive and increasingly increasingly isolating digital experiences. Increased contortions of age-old arguments have morphed into very specific fears about the psychological and social implications of over-immersion in a virtual world, as technology within the VR field continues to develop. Perhaps the most recent eruption of virtual overindulgence that people have started to recognize is digital addiction. Just as screen overuse, whether provided through handsets or computers, emits links to many psychological dysfunctions, with anxiety or depression included, it seems likely that VR bears even higher dangers by its deep immersion. According to a study cited in the Journal of Psychological Research, prolonged stays in a virtual environment expose individuals to symptoms of dissociation, where they would lose track of the virtual versus the real world, something that has also been known as presence overload. Such problems might, therefore, stretch out to encompass rather chronic cognitive and emotional issues. However, even in that, the ascent of VR technology into further and wider facets of life highlighted the need to understand the potential dangers that may be attached to it and develop countermeasures for healthy use to match the beneficial aspects of VR compared to lethal exposure. The fact that the humor within The Simpsons has potentially exaggerated these consequences doesn't mean it isn't calling for an equal or balanced dosage of VR in daily life. Virtual reality weddings. Throughout its run, The Simpsons has envisioned technology-driven futures, and one of its more imaginative predictions is the rise of virtual reality, VR weddings. In the 1995 episode, Lisa's Wedding, the show portrayed a wedding ceremony conducted through VR headsets, blending the sacred tradition with cutting-edge technology. While this scenario seemed purely fantastical at the time, it aligns closely with real-world advancements in virtual reality and the growing influence of the metaverse, making it a compelling possibility as we approach 2025. The concept of VR weddings has gained traction as technology continues to evolve, especially in the context of global connectivity and accessibility. Virtual weddings could enable couples to celebrate their special day with guests from around the world without the constraints of travel. The COVID-19 pandemic further demonstrated the practicality of virtual gatherings, paving the way for more immersive and interactive digital experiences, such as holographic presences and virtual venues. A VR wedding experience could offer endless customization options, allowing couples to create dreamlike settings that might be impossible in the physical world. Imagine exchanging vows on a Martian landscape, under a canopy of bioluminescent trees, or within a recreation of an iconic location like the Eiffel Tower. Such possibilities would redefine how we think about ceremonies, offering an entirely new level of personalization and creativity, while making weddings more inclusive and cost-effective. While The Simpsons initially presented VR weddings as a humorous nod to futuristic absurdity, the prediction now reflects real potential in the evolving wedding industry. As VR technology becomes more accessible and sophisticated, the idea of virtual ceremonies in the metaverse doesn't seem far-fetched. Astounding as ever, in their ability to fuse humor with foresight, The Simpsons somehow think about what the future holds for human connection and celebration, from immersive headsets to holograms, finally to the all-digital environments. Celebrations, then, are said to be a bit of an anachronism when the theme is set in the great human saga regarding virtual wedding events. Even so, the notion virtual wedding has somehow been familiar since the beginning of mankind. Earlier innovations in technology have seen quite a few examples of distance or mediated ceremonies, such as when the telephone became completely enthralling towards the latter part of the 1900s. Couples living thousands of kilometers away from one another soon began communicating important parts of their lives through the telephone, marriage proposals, and ceremonies included. As technology evolved, transmission by means of television and radio made it possible to witness and join in a marriage event from afar. In this sense, moving into virtual weddings using VR or other digital venues will be easier for humanity. In addition, the emergence of virtual weddings in the metaverse parallels larger social and cultural transformations regarding identity and experience in the digital age. With social media and online communities continuing to shape and transform the very nature by and through which people interact and express that interaction, virtually created weddings might be perceived as part of a larger trend towards such things as immersive digital identities. We've got the foundations already with platforms such as Second Life or Fortnite, where people create avatars that live and interact interact with other avatars in virtual spaces. Whatever happens here obviously would find some cultural acceptance. Imagine these spaces morphing into different forms of personal expressions around the most important events in life. Couples could choose digital environments that resonate with their personalities, interests, and aspirations to push the limits of ceremony and celebrate them in new, creative ways. Instant makeup application device. The Simpsons has a knack for imagining futuristic inventions, and one of its intriguing predictions is an instant makeup application device. In a 1996 episode, Homer recalls an invention that applies makeup in just 1 second, transforming a person's look effortlessly. While initially presented as a humorous exaggeration, the idea touches on real-world trends in the beauty industry, where speed, efficiency, and innovation are driving new product development. As 2025 approaches, the concept of a device that automates makeup application is no longer purely fictional. The beauty industry has seen significant advancements in recent years, with products and tools designed to save time while achieving professional quality results. Innovations such as airbrush makeup, applicators, magnetic eyelashes, and automated foundation mixers suggest a trajectory toward greater automation. The idea of a single device that applies makeup instantly aligns with these trends and could become a game changer for those seeking convenience without sacrificing quality. If an instant makeup application device were to hit the market in 2025, its impact would likely be transformative. The time-saving aspect alone would appeal to busy professionals and those with demanding lifestyles. Beyond convenience, such a device could revolutionize makeup artistry, enabling even beginners to achieve flawless results effortlessly. It could also cater to individuals with physical limitations, providing an inclusive solution for accessing beauty routines that might otherwise be challenging. While The Simpsons portrayed the device with comedic flair, its potential real-world application highlights the intersection of technology and self-expression. Beyond the convenience factor, an instant makeup application device would also possibly democratize beauty by offering professional quality looks to a much wider range of individuals. This is consistent with a trend in other industries, such as fashion and photography, where digital tools have removed barriers to high-quality outcomes. For example, photo editing applications have enabled everyone to achieve magazine cover looks, thereby broadening the understanding of beauty to become more inclusive. In the same light, an instant makeup device would enable individuals to experiment with looks without long training and expensive professional service, providing a further shift to the culture of beauty from art to attainable skill for all. Brace yourself, our final prediction is about to blow the roof off of your expectations. State-of-the-art pet translators. On numerous occasions, The Simpsons has often blended humor with futuristic concepts, and one of its predictions revolves around state-of-the-art pet translators that could allow humans to communicate directly with their furry companions. This idea was featured in the 2004 episode Pearly Riders, where Professor Frink invents a device capable of translating a dog's thoughts into speech. Although initially comedic, the concept aligns with real-world advancements in AI and animal communication technology, making it a fascinating topic as we approach 2025. Current research in animal behavior and AI suggests that a pet translator could become a reality sooner than expected. Scientists are already using machine learning to decode specific sounds, movements, and behaviors in animals to better understand their needs and emotions. For example, some startups are developing apps and devices that interpret dog barks or cat meows to provide insights into their emotional states. These innovations mirror The Simpsons' depiction, showing how technology might bridge the communication gap between humans and animals. If a fully functional pet translator were to emerge in 2025, it could revolutionize pet ownership and deepen the bond between humans and their pets. Owners could gain real-time insights into their pets' thoughts, improving care and addressing issues like stress or health concerns more effectively. The implications extend beyond domestic pets. Such technology could be invaluable in studying and protecting wildlife, enabling researchers to understand the needs of endangered species more effectively. While The Simpsons portrayed the invention as a humorous device, its potential real-world impact is profound. A pet translator could transform how we perceive animals, fostering greater empathy and understanding. So much so that even the pet translator cannot be declared as just further futility by someone caught in the larger cultural shift which includes recognizing the intelligence and emotional lives of animals. Evidence further supporting the feasibility of a pet translator is entrenched in the advancements made in artificial intelligence and neural networks, demonstrating promising feats in deciphering complex data. The successful creation of AI-implemented tools, such as Google Translate, is a demonstration that technology could easily parse and interpret language in real time. Given enough time, researchers in the animal realm can similarly apply algorithms of this nature to sounds, signals, and animal behaviors, propelling research along the path toward understanding how non-human communication can be deciphered in the future. Tapping machine learning advancements would enable these technologies to reveal mental states of animals as never imagined. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. And hey, don't stop now. Click on the next video popping up on your screen. You won't want to miss it. See you there.